So another thing here, he absorbs the red Kurama chakra, but he has blue chakra around his arm. Do you think he's transforming the Ninetales chakra into his chakra? Or do you think this is Sasuke using his chakra for the absorption jutsu? So do you think this blue chakra is him gaining or losing
that's
chakra?
What I mean, I think either option's up for grabs, but I think that's him using the absorption jutsu because they do that on more than one occasion. I think when Madara does it to Hashirama, they do the same thing. When Yoroi does it does it to his hands. So I think that's him using the jutsu. When Kisame does it to absorb Aoba's chakra through the kunai thing he was doing, it does the same thing. So I think that's him using the chakra absorption jutsu.
Yeah, okay. And same with Zetsu,
So like, if
it doesn't
Sasuke hypothetically
blue.
was just using that jutsu but not touching anyone, he might lose chakra because he's not absorbing anything. But if he absorbs anyone's chakra, he net benefits.
Do you think if Sasuke tried to absorb like Gamabunta's chakra with the Rinnegan technique, do you think he would accidentally turn into a toad?
It depends on whether Gamabunta was using Sage Mode, I guess, because they're not always in Sage Mode. We know that because
are frogs? I mean, frogs are different though.
No, they're not always in Sage Mode because Fukasaku went out of his way in the Pain arc when he's demonstrating a strength feat. He literally goes out of his way to gather nature energy, and Yamakichi's like, "Wow, he's gathering so much nature energy," and then he does it. So like, they're not always just in Sage Mode at all times. Like,
but that's different. You could just say he's like in a higher level of Sage Mode. Like he's just has more nature energy, but that doesn't mean he had no nature energy before.
No, they're not different. It's just like humans. Like they have chakra. Like the toads are naturally good at being one with nature, but even then, I mean, it's not implied anywhere that like all the toads that young Gamakichi can use Sage Mode attacks and stuff. No, that's like the older Gamakichi that does that. In fact, it's not even implied that Gamabunta ever does it, but I could see him doing it. Obviously, it's the chief toad. But anyway, the point is they have to like do it. Like they're good at it. All the toads are good at being one with nature, but they need to sit there, gather the nature energy, and then they're in Sage Mode, and then eventually they'll run out.
No, I disagree.
Like
I think
else.
all the toads are born with a baseline adaptility to what is it? The word? Adeptness. They're born with a baseline adeptness to it because it seems like toad oil just helps with Sage Mode, and it could just be any toad's oil. It doesn't have to be any specific toad that already has Sage Mode.
I think all the toads are naturally good being one with nature, but that doesn't mean that all times they are absorbing nature energy.
Yeah, that's fine. So I agree that toads have their own chakra, but I think their own chakra is just Senjutsu chakra. They can just absorb more Senjutsu chakra.
That doesn't make sense with how it's explained in the story. I think they're just all good at being sages. Like they just naturally, and they're all taught and everything. So most of the high level toads all are sages, but they're not always in Sage Mode at all times.
I mean, I think it's explained fine in the story, considering Sage Mode makes you have frog-like appearance. There you go.
No, but I mean, we kind of discussed that earlier, but for why that might apply to the different things, but it wouldn't really make sense. Like it's not like Fukasaku says nature energy, it's always within us. No, he's like, it's the air surrounding us. That's nature energy. Not the nature inside of me. It's that I can become one with nature to pull it inside of me. Like, it just doesn't fit with what they're explaining.
I mean, you're not wrong, but he's also a frog. He's already one with nature. I do like that
he's not one with nature at all times. He's good at being one with nature, but he has to actually do that.
He's a frog. He's one with nature. Frogs are one with nature.
No,
frogs are nature itself.
The one with nature thing. Okay, then humans are nature. With that logic,
humans are nurture.
No, bro, no, they are nature. So
okay, well, actually, that was leading to my next question. Do you think there's a human Sage Mode?
Well, yeah. So that, I mean, I know we theorized that Hashirama's is like the tree sage mode, but I do think there should theoretically be a human sage mode because there's no reason why if the theory we were talking about earlier is true, and obviously it's never going to be explained, but if it was true, if there's a lot of toads in the area, you're prone to gathering toad energy if you have no training anyway. So if you went to a highly human like for example, if Fukasaku took Naruto to the Leaf Village to learn Sage Mode, there was a lot of people, and Naruto learned Sage Mode there, would he get the person Sage Mode? I mean, maybe. It should work like that.
So, all right, here's my next question. So, obviously, when the human pain absorbed the frog energy, turned into a frog, assuming Naruto did the reverse process to where, like, Fukusaku was touching him when he was absorbing human energy, does Fukusaku turn into a human?
Yeah, like a stone human. Could he stop it? That would be crazy, bro. Like if I mean, as long as it is that theory works, and yeah, I think it would turn him into a human.
That's so funny. Oh my god. So why did the pain body turn into a normal frog instead of a stone frog? Except it was like a not living frog, seeming it's like a dried out frog or something. Like you could argue maybe it's like Attack on Titan where it is stone, it just doesn't look like it.
You know, it's a little bit weird. I mean, we never really saw exactly, but like in the early pain arc, the stone frogs, according to Fukasaku, are people who turn into frog. Like it seems like if you gather a little too much, you turn into a frog. If you gather way too much, you turn into stone. That's kind of seems to be what they're getting at. I feel like the pain, I know it looks like a human toad kind of thing, but I feel like it should have turned into a complete toad before turning to stone. Like it should have literally looked, not just looks like a toad like human, but literally turned into a frog, like the guy Jiraiya turned into a frog, and then turned to stone. That would have made more sense.
Maybe Naruto was pumping him full of human sage mode.
Yeah, he accidentally got a little bit of human energy in there too. You could argue that because the pain was absorbed, it's senjutsu, what Naruto was giving him, it had both human and toad, and that's why I did the mixture.
I mean, it's right where Konoha is, the conglomeration of humans, so it makes sense if there's a lot of human energy in the air.
Yeah. So what happens if you gather too much human nature? Do you just become more human?
Is that what happened to Madara? Unironically, it does look like the same process. Like they both sort of did, just like sort of blow up.
Yeah, he absorbed too much human. That's human sage mode right there.
Oh my god, technically, I know Kaguya is an Otsutsuki, not a human, but like technically Madara transformed into a human. Like humanoid at the very least.
Actually, I mean, I know that the six-pack sage mode by no means is really like Hagoromo. It's not really supposed to be like the epitome of human. It's like god, alien stuff, but like six-pack sage mode lacks the toad pigmentation, so maybe that just is human sage mode. Like
or no, what if the pigmentation is just human
It has
colored?
the toad slits as the only thing, but
I can imagine it is human colored. I can make that right now. Okay, let me.
Like he actually does have pigmentation. It's just human color. What could have been interesting though was a fox sage mode for like Kurama. I mean, like Son Goku is the sage monkey or whatever. You know, that's implying sage mode.
I don't need a
Fukasaku with the human, like his eyes just have like a circular pupil, and he's got like pinkish color pigmentation. Just give him like Naruto's eyes. They're just the blue eyes, and then like his Naruto eyeshadow. Like, do you think Gaara's he doesn't actually have eyeshadow from lack of sleep? That's just Tanuki sage mode at all times.
So we're gonna copy this hex color for Naruto's skin color. All right. So now, there you go.
No, change the eyes though. To Naruto's blue eyes, and then you got it. Because the eye change is important. And make the pupil circular.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. I feel like the easiest way to do that is just unelongating it. There we go. Stupid.
There you go. That's human Shit's works, dude. Look at that. That's beauty right there.
I love it. Oh my god. We're saving this.
You gotta use it for a thumbnail at some point.
Yeah.